welcome to this video where I talk facts about space. There are 20 different facts. Please like and subscribe and comment what to do next. I would love to know what you guys would love to hear about next. Also subscribe to my other channel, the link will be in the description. So yeah, go subscribe to that. That is my main channel. I do Minecraft, Rubik's Cubes, technology and vlogs here and there. You're watching Facts About, and let's get on with this video. There are thousands of other planets out there. Sorry. We have 8 planets in our solar system. However, outside our solar system there are thousands of other planets. The extrasolar planets, or exoplanets, are in orbit around another star. So far we have almost 1,800 confirmed new worlds, with another 3,000 awaiting confirmation. Astronomers are looking to a star's Goldilocks zone for planets that may be habitable, just like the Earth. The majority of planets discovered so far are hot gas giant planets. In space, the skin on your feet peels off. This is a pretty gross fact, but in the microgravity environment, astronauts are not using their feet to walk. Therefore, the skin on their feet starts to soften and flakes off, as laundry facilities do not exist in space. Astronauts will wear the same underwear and socks for a few days. The socks then need to be taken off very gently. If not, those dead skin cells will float around in the weightless environment.
If you get to hear me now.
On Venus, a day is longer than a year. This is a tricky one to get around your head, but a year on Venus, that is the length of time it takes to complete one whole orbit around the Sun, is 224.7 Earth days. However, it takes 243 Earth days to rotate on its axis just once.
Just lay back, 'cause tonight I'ma do you right.
The astronauts were placed in a quarantine, don't know how it's said, after returning from the moon. There is a famous image of President Nixon talking to the Apollo 11 crew, consisting of Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. This continued until after the Apollo 14 crew returned safely. After this was decided that the moon did not contain any deadly diseases, the Apollo 13 crew who had a malfunction and they had to return to Earth. They did not have the quarantine after their re-entry, as they didn't actually walk on the moon. One million Earths can fit inside the Sun. Ancient astronomers once believed that Earth was at the center of the universe, but now we know the Sun is at the center of our solar system, and our planets orbit the Sun. The Sun makes up 99.8% of the entire mass of the whole solar system. 1 million Earths would be needed to be the same size as the Sun. You become taller in space. Another change to the human body in microgravity is that as the spine straightens out, as gravity is not pushing you down. In fact, you can be up to as much as 5 centimeters taller in the space station. Extreme weather warning. Sometimes on Earth, especially here on Northern Ireland, the weather can be a bit rubbish. However, our weather is awesome compared to some of the other planets. Jupiter has the fastest wind and the Great Red Spot. A massive hurricane style storm has raged there for the last 300 years, Mercury and Mars have extreme temperature changes in the same day. Venus is scorching 5 times hotter than boiling water. So that's 500 degrees. I think that's Celsius. I don't know if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit. This says degrees. Saturn and Uranus also have extremely fast winds. However, Neptune has the fastest wind speeds, reaching a staggering 1,600 miles per hour. Space is not that far away. Space officially begins at the universal marker of the Kármán line. This invisible boundary is only 100 kilometers above the Earth. In theory, if you could drive your car upwards, you could be in space in less than an hour. The hottest planet is not closest to the Sun. Even though Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, it is not actually the hottest. Mercury does not have any atmosphere, meaning that the planet is only hot in the daytime when it is directly facing the Sun. At this stage, temperature can rise up to 425 degrees, but at night the planet's temperature can drop down to a freezing minus 180 degrees Celsius. Oh, by the way, it can go up to 425 degrees Celsius. Venus is the hottest planet. Its thick clouds trap the sun's heat, causing Venus to be a sizzling 500 degrees all of the time. I'll also put Fahrenheit up there for American. Okay, so this is all just Celsius. The moon looks bigger on the horizon. There is an optical illusion which makes the moon appear to be larger the lower it is in the sky. The apparent magnification is not caused by our atmosphere. It is more of a mind trick. When the moon is closer to the horizon, it is closer to objects like buildings and trees, which therefore in comparison makes the moon look bigger. However, there are times where the moon really is bigger. During the elliptical orbit, the moon has times where it is actually slightly closer to the Earth, perigee, or further from the Earth, apogee. I don't know how to say those two. Sorry. This happens about once a month due to moon's orbit around the Earth. Usually is not noticeable to the eye. However, a full moon occurs at the same time of a moon's perigee. It is called a supermoon, and it appears 12 to 14% bigger than normal. Whoa, okay. Okay, this is a weird one. I'm not really sure how this relates to space, but it's on the space facts. There's a moose loose. Eccentric astronomer Tycho Brahe, 1546 to 1601, believed that the moon and sun orbited the Earth, but the other planets orbited the sun. He catalogued many stars and objects and has a crater on the moon. How supernova Riemann named after him. However, his wild antics are perhaps just as interesting. He wore a fake silver nose after losing his real one in the sword fight. And he also had a pet moose which died falling down the stairs after one too many drinks. When his body was exhumed and examined in 2010, it is thought that a burst bladder was the cause of his death, not mercury poisoning by a jealous colleague, which was considered a cause of death. Astronauts are literally star sailors. Now, okay, the top little bit yeah, it's about space, but I'm not sure. It's the bottom is just like, what's that got to do with space? I don't know, but that was number 11. The word astronaut comes from a Greek word astron, which means star, and naut, which means sailor. The Russian cosmonaut has a similar meaning for cosmos, with meaning universe, and again, nauts, sailor. You can cry in space, but your tears don't fall. On board the International Space Station, water flows like bubbles or spheres. However, the water will cling to the surface until it is dislodged. This means that tears start to form bubbles around your eyes as the weightless environment is not causing your tears to fall. This sounds really cool, but it can be very dangerous. ESA astronaut Luca Parmitano suffered a spacesuit leak while on a spacewalk. The water leaked into his helmet, covered his eyes and ears, but thankfully he made it back to the space station unharmed. But if not, he could have drowned in space. Yeah, that sounds really bad. Okay, this is a very weird fact, but dirty underwear and toilet paper helped grow plants on the ISS. American astronaut Don Pettit, I don't know how to say it, discovered that by folding a pair of underpants into a sphere shaped and snitching in some Russian toilet paper, which is thick wool like gauze, is created a warmer environment for some tomato and basil seeds to start to sprout. Like their socks, underwear is only changed every 3 to 4 days, so he figured the plants might provide some extra nutrients for the plants. That is very weird, but okay. There is a dwarf planet named after Easter Island legend, I'm pretty sure. Dwarf planet Make was discovered at Easter 2005. The Easter Island Maui figures were the inspiration for its name. Make in Rapa Nui mythology was the creator of humanity and the god of fertility. He is also a feature in many rock and cave drawings on the island. Sorry, there's a word I have no idea, but it's Nebale? I'm not sure, sorry. Come in all shapes and sizes. Nebale means cloud in Latin. These are areas which stars are being created or where a star has died. The cosmic clouds come in all shapes and sizes and are made of interstellar dust and gases. There is a Christmas tree nebula, a horse head, a unicorn, a hand, a fried egg, and lots more. These beautiful clouds which are not visible to the naked eye, really highlight the fact where there is a lot more happening in the night sky than you can see. The North Star will change eventually. The North Star used for navigation, a steady point in the sky, will change. However, not in our lifetime. The Earth is rotating like a spinning top, and therefore the pole of our planet wobbles. Currently, it points to the Polaris, but in the year 13,727, our pole star will be the star Vega in the constellation of Lyra. Vega was also the North Star in 12,000 BCE. Sorry, I am very bad at pronouncing words I've never seen before. Very sorry about that. English! The Apollo crews did not have any life insurance. On the chance that the 3-man crew of Armstrong, Adrian and Collins did not return safely from the moon, they were not covered by any life insurance policy. So before their trip, all 3 men signed photographs that could be sold in the event of their death. Their insurance covers were also stamped on and posted on the start date of the mission, July 16th, 1969, by a friend. In space, metal sticks together. In a vacuum-like space, when 2 pieces of metal touch each other, they bond together. This is a process called cold welding. On the Earth, because of the oxygen in our environment, this does not happen naturally, but is used during some manufacturing processes. It is something to take into account, but it is not usually a problem, as the astronauts' tools maintain an oxide layer when even leaving Earth. For the final fact, the furthest man-made object is Voyager 1. It has messages for aliens on board. In 1977, Voyager 1 and 2 were launched. Their primary mission was to visit Jupiter and Saturn. Voyager 2 continued into Uranus and Neptune. Voyager 1 has now made its way into interstellar space. Voyager 1 is further away from Earth than the distance between the Sun and Pluto. Both craft carry a golden record on board, which will act like a time capsule of Earth. It has greetings from Earth as well as different kinds of music. It also has noises of rocket engines, the sea, people talking, animal sounds, and lots of images, all of which sum up the Earth. United States President Jimmy Carter said at the time, "This record presents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe." These messages have been recorded as electronic impulses, which they can be translated into written words. If any aliens find it, then they can enjoy some Louis Armstrong as well some Peruvian panpipes. Now, I'm not sure how these facts were, I don't know when they were made, but hope you enjoy these interesting facts about space. Like, subscribe, and comment what you want me to do next. Again, I would love to hear what you want me to find out for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later in the next video on either channel. Bye!